I recently had a super scary paranormal experience, and in this episode, we're going to talk about it as well as how I protected myself from this experience and things that you can do to stay safe from paranormal experiences and interdimensional beings. So, if you don't know me, hi, my name is Marissa, and I am a spiritual coach as well as a holistic healer. I have done professional ghost hunting, paranormal work for the majority of the past 10 years. I spend all my free time doing paranormal channeling, things like that. So this is not something that I am not used to, but I'm going to share this whole experience just for anyone who's never had a paranormal experience. I know that I was sharing parts of this on my Instagram and I was getting all different sorts of questions, so we'll just start from the absolute beginning. So like I said, I've been doing professional mediumship work for the majority of the past 10 years, and for the most part, I do not feel scared. I enjoy connecting with interdimensional beings. I have friends in this dimension, I have friends in other dimensions, and interdimensional beings just don't really scare me. I have lots and lots of paranormal experiences, but I can really easily sense if this is an experience that's going to be harmful to me or an experience that is not going to be harmful to me. I'm not offended if you think that I'm crazy or if you don't believe anything that I'm saying, because I believe in this stuff enough for the both of us. So if you just want to watch this for entertainment, that's completely okay too. I have paranormal experiences at my house every single day. I live in a paranormal hotspot. I moved here in order to live in an area where the veil is more thin so that I could connect with my interdimensional friends, so I could learn about interdimensional knowledge. There's a lot of professional channelers and astral travelers who live out here, so a lot of my friends in this dimension and in this reality are also doing the same exact work. And ever since I was really, really little, I have known that there are scary paranormal experiences out there. I'm not naive, and I'm literally getting chills as I'm saying this because I have always not wanted to have a scary paranormal experience. I remember being so scared as a child of so many different things, and I think that that's one of the reasons that I dove into paranormal studies and I now find myself in this career somewhat, because I used to be scared and I don't want to feel scared anymore. So when I got super scared the other day, I felt scared, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. One of the scariest and most scary beings out there let me talk about this in a little bit more of a respectful way to all beings. One of the beings that does not tend to positively impact humans is skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are a term for an interdimensional being that can either show up in, there's lots of scary ghosts that are from all different ancient philosophies and theories and things, and skinwalkers and wendigos are both different forms of these really scary beings that you do not want to contact. And most people living in the US are not aware of the ancient indigenous knowledge of the US. They're not aware of that, this is common knowledge amongst ancient tribes. There's certain places that you just don't go in the woods. There's certain things that you just know to keep away from. So if you don't know about this stuff and you live in the US, I want you to know, if you ever hear your name being called in the woods, if you hear someone talking to you, if you leave your windows open at night and you hear someone whispering to you or any of these sorts of things, that is a really good reason to sage it up. I'm actually going to get a lighter while we're filming this because we need to be saging throughout this whole entire experience. When you are experiencing paranormal stuff, it's really common to gaslight yourself and be like, oh, it was probably nothing, it was probably just the wind, it was probably just whatever it is. But if you have that feeling going through you, if the hair stands up on the back of your neck, don't gaslight yourself. You could be experiencing or coming in contact with a being that is just unseen to you. Humans can only see such a small percentage of the world. The visible light spectrum is so small. So imagine all that is around us at all times that we cannot see. Most of the paranormal things that we encounter or that like are on this earth and stuff like that don't really like want to harm us. You don't really have to worry about them all the time. But if something is trying to get your attention, if something is trying to get you to turn around, if you feel like you're being watched or feel like you're being followed, like things like this is something to pay attention to. I channel professionally, and the beings that are here for our highest good and for the highest good of all, they feel like love. They feel like pure love and safety and the deepest forms of comfort that you would have ever felt with anyone else. Like imagine like hugging your grandma. Like that's what it feels like to connect with an interdimensional being that is here for love. Anything that does not feel like that is not here to help you or to work with you in a positive way or like, you know? So I immediately clear my house and clear my energy. On this night, I got super scared because I was honestly doom scrolling. I was watching TikToks. I was looking up different videos of these sorts of things because I'm always going down rabbit holes like this and I'm always trying to learn more. It's not necessarily a super healthy habit. Some could say it is, some could say it isn't. But I was watching these videos and I am very consciously aware that these energies and entities jump through the screen. And when you watch a video of someone who feels like they're having a paranormal experience, you could be opening a portal for that being to enter your environment and start to interact with you. So the second this video showed up on my For You page, I freaking knew exactly what was going on, and I could feel the energy in my home just immediately shift. I started praying, I started saging, I did everything I possibly could to, like, I'm consciously aware of what is happening. I'm consciously aware that a skinwalker or this sort of like scary negative being just came through the phone, through TikTok, through the things that I was watching, and is now in my space. And so I'm literally praying out loud. I'm saying out loud, like, Jesus, I do not consent for any beings to be here that are not here for the highest good of myself or for the highest good of all. I choose protection. I choose love. Like, Jesus, please protect me. Like, I'm like literally praying over and over. I'm chanting, I'm saying this stuff as loud as I possibly can. And I did everything that I could. And I was like, okay, like, I've done all that I can. I've done all that I typically do in this situation. So let me just let it go. Like, what else can I do? So I went on with my evening, and that evening I had some of the scariest experiences of my entire life. I've never had experiences like this. I literally, like, I'm feeling a tightness of my chest as I'm talking to you about it. And I just want to say, God, please give me the strength to tell this story. Please allow me to share this information in hopes that it's going to help another person. I'm not at all trying to share negative energies or entities or evil in any way. I'm trying to do the exact opposite. So please, God, allow my will and your will to be shared through this video. Allow your protection to protect anyone who is listening to this video. Like, please, please, please. Okay, so that night I go to sleep and there is scratching at my door. I'm not even lying. There is banging on the windows. Like, I live out in the middle of nowhere. There's no explanation for the things that I was hearing. I had a friend sleeping over on some of these nights that this was happening, and they verified everything for me. They literally told me it sounds like straight up Bigfoot is trying to break into your house at night. Like, I'm getting chills as I'm saying this because I could not sleep. I was waking up at 3 a.m. every single night. And I'm saying this as someone who knows about this stuff, who lives a sacred lifestyle, who doesn't even listen to mainstream music. And I recently had a super scary paranormal experience, and in this episode, we're going to talk about it and I still experienced a haunting in this way. So I share this because this is very, very common. I genuinely believe that as human beings, we are on this planet living a spiritual warfare. And for people that are raising their frequency, for people that are evolving, for people that are healing their ancestral trauma, choosing to evolve in this lifetime, which sounds like a big deal, but really all that I'm saying is you're choosing to change your habits. Like, if you are doing anything to make your life better in any way, I think that it automatically makes you a little bit of a target for these beings that are trying to like pull you and bring you back down so desperately. And this is why I'm so, so devoted to my daily practices, to making sure that I live a lifestyle that is incredibly devotional, to wearing high vibrational clothing, to having high vibrational rituals and routines in my life, and to really not making a space for that stuff to come in. I didn't only make a space for it to come in by scrolling through TikTok and social media. I also was not in the best state of mind. That's why I was scrolling through these things. And when we do unconscious behaviors, we open portals for things that we are not even consciously aware of. I can't tell you how many women I have coached, including myself, who went on a date or opened a portal in some way without realizing it, and then spent the next few days feeling so incredibly depressed and just off. And if you don't know how to do cord cutting and cord removal rituals, and if you don't know how to heal from paranormal experiences, then this can affect you for a lot longer than a few days. The only reason that it affected me for just a few days, or that it affects my clients for just a few days, is because in those days we are doing all of the practices and rituals in order to clear your space and your physical vessel from ever attracting this type of energy again. If you don't know how to do those sorts of practices and rituals, then what you're really doing is just kind of ignoring the fact that that happened. Like when I was a child, I used to have paranormal experiences all the time. And of course, I didn't know to do these practices and these rituals. So I would just go on and live my life. And it kind of accumulated a negative energy within me. And I'm not just talking about something here. This is something that like is known to be true. It's called black gut in a lot of indigenous cultures. And basically, when you accumulate this negative energy within you, you become physically unhealthy as well as mentally, emotionally, and spiritually unhealthy. So being very consistent with your spiritual practices, as well as always making sure that you're doing high vibrational things, clearing yourself of low vibrational energies and things like that, is so, so important for your health, for your longevity, for absolutely everything in your livelihood. As I'm sharing this, I actually am hearing a banging on the door. So I'm just gonna say, thank you, God. Thank you for letting me share this incredibly powerful message. Thank you for letting me share a message that I hope is going to help so many other people in their home, in their life, in their family, because all of us deserve to know what is around us. All of us deserve to feel free of the things that are trying to invisibly trip us and block us up. Thank you so much, God, for giving me the ability to know this information deep in my soul and to be able to share this information with those that can benefit from it. Because for those of us who have experienced paranormal attacks and things like that, like, it is really scary. It's beyond scary. And I just want to say thank you, God, for creating these scary nightmares that we live through, as well as the dreams, the contrast of it all. Like, you have walked us through so much hell and unknown and shit, and we thank you for it all because we know that it's preparing us for heaven on earth. It's preparing us to feel those amazing, good, harmonious feelings inside. And I just really pray for anyone who is experiencing these sorts of attacks, for anyone who is experiencing this sort of stuff in their family and their household. May you be completely healed. May your home be filled with nothing but the energy of Christ consciousness and nature and healing and love, because you deserve it. Sorry for breaking into prayer here. I just couldn't help it after hearing some noises, and I've been having chills this whole video. We're talking about some very, very real things. Talking about these things makes things a little bit angry sometimes. So, all of that being said, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And I know that all of these beings are listening to, and you know that your time is up, and it is time for you to set these beautiful souls free. Set them free, set their homes free, set their minds free, set their hearts free. Thank you, thank you. I will see you in the next episode.